Anastyr, the perfect game for me. It's got giant miniatures. It's got fast gameplay. It's got leveling up. It's got a modular board. It's got fast-paced action, and it looks awesome. But the question is it worth it? Wait a minute. There's one more question. Will it deliver? All right. Is it worth it, and will it ship? Those are the two big questions. Let's take a look at all of Mythic Games games right now and see where they are in the production schedule. Let's start off with Darkest Dungeon, which they say will start shipping on containers August of this year. Whoa, that's about 2 weeks away. Will that really happen? Will we actually get a delivery before the end of the year? I'm very excited. Let's look at my Crimson Pledge. I paid $150 for it, $38 for shipping, for a total of $188. That doesn't sound too bad to me. Now, I avoided all of the add-ons because, as you know, usually in these big, huge dungeon rollicking adventures, those add-ons are things you never get to, unlike the ones with Massive Darkness, which I know I will get to. Okay, let's look at Hell, which has actually had some real hard times because they've been taking a long time to get this story right. So it was due June 2021, so obviously it's over a year late. They say it will hit the containers December 2022. That means if you're a backer like I am, you will get it at the beginning of 2023. Let's see what I did. I went in for the Berserker Pledge. I paid $164. That also has a neoprene mat on there that isn't reflected with the Berserker Pledge. I paid $38 shipping for that as well, and it came to a total of $202. Now note something. At this point, let's take a little break and understand that Mythic is struggling, right? They have reported that over the last few deliveries of games, they have lost over $1 million. $1 trillion. Remember Austin Powers? Okay, everybody. So my question is, are they going to ask me as a backer of these three games, Darkest Dungeon, Hell, and Six Siege, to come in and offer $20 more on each one? Now, I would be happy to do that if it keeps this company afloat. I did it for Oathsworn, and I should be getting my Oathsworn game in the next month or two. I know some of you have already got it. Okay, let's look at the next game in the list, Monster Apocalypse. This is due November of this year. It's not going to ship November of this year. We knew that. But they say it will still hit first quarter of this year. Now, I did the Crusher Pledge. I paid $159. Oops, I skipped Six Siege. Six Siege. That's our next one. It was due June 2022. They say it's going to be put in containers this September, so that's not too bad. I went cheaper on this one. I went with the Fresh Pledge, $69, $29 shipping for a total of $98. Man, when you look at these values and then you compare them to what we were thinking with Marvel Zombies, woo, such a big difference. But it's okay. It's okay. Not crapping on CMON here, but wow, is it different. Okay, now let's go back and look at Monster Apocalypse. It is due November 2022. It's not going to be there, but they do say the first wave will be shipping 2023, the first quarter. Now this game, I got the Crusher Pledge, $159, $42 shipping. So already you can see an increase. This was put up on Kickstarter last year, and already there's a little bit of an increase, $42 and $201 for the total. So let's look at my totals right here. We have $188 for Darkest Dungeon, $202 for Hell, $98 for Six Siege. Admittedly, I chose the smallest pledge I could, and Monster Apocalypse, $201. Now, here's the thing with Monster Apocalypse. All of these are closed right now. I want everything on Monster Apocalypse. So this is just the base Crusher Pledge. If I could get it all, I think it's going to be awesome. I think this is one of those games, like Massive Darkness 2, like Marvel United X-Men, that you're going to want all of the stuff. More monsters, more characters, more cities, more pieces. I think it's going to be a ball. I look forward to this game. I think it's going to be pure fun. Now, I obviously could be wrong, and I'm not telling you what to do, but this is a pledge I would like to increase. But here's the big question. Should I? Because while it looks like Darkest Dungeon is coming, like it looks like Hell is coming, like it looks like Six Siege is coming, by the end of the year, they could deliver 3 of these. 3. That would be a big step for Mythic Games. Also, they should be getting a second printing from what I understand on their website of Solomon Kane. And as soon as that hits their web store, I will not pre-order it. As soon as it's ready for shipping, I will buy that as well. So these guys might be recovering. I suggest Mythic just ask us for a little bit more money. While $38, $38.29 is normal for that time, I wouldn't mind paying $10 or $15 or even if it had to be $20 more. Now, I don't know if everyone else would freak out about that, but I would be happy to because I understand the situation and I don't want this company to go under because they can't make any profit off Darkest Dungeon, which means they just keep my money for Hell, Six Siege, Monster Apocalypse, and Anastyr. This video is really about Anastyr, isn't it? So I got the companion pledge, which is $130, and look at that shipping, $50. That's really not that big a difference. It's $8 more than the Monster Apocalypse was for about the same thing. Actually, the Monster Apocalypse game was more. It's about $21 more than Six Siege, but it's only $12 more than Hell or Darkest Dungeon for about the same level of stuff. So the shipping that people have been complaining about the Anastyr is doing is really not that bad. Now, you may be one of those people in Europe that's dealing with VAT. I'm in America. I have no knowledge about VAT. So if you're having problems with VAT and you're already typing down there in the comments about what an idiot I am, save your anger. I don't know anything about VAT because I have heard that some of that has gone up and some of these companies are not covering it. Now there's a dragon pledge, which gets you that big dragon that goes with it. And that dragon costs $11 more to ship. That's interesting. What I would really like to get from Anastyr personally is the $400 pledge with the 130 shipping. That doesn't seem too bad to me, but that's a $530 game. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I'm not sure if these 3 are going to deliver. And in fact, I'm not going to up my Monster Apocalypse order until at least one of these delivers. So as long as this pledge manager stays open, and this pledge manager stays open, I'll be watching them, and I'll be ready to increase my order for Monster Apocalypse and Anastyr based on the delivery of these 3 games, and it wouldn't hurt if Solomon Kane comes in 3rd or 4th quarter this year into their retail store on their website because I will order that as well. So I hope this video was useful to you. Tell me where you're at with Anastyr, Monster Apocalypse, Six Siege, Hell, and Darkest Dungeon.